Ashley, where you calling from? You gotta unmute yourself. Hey, Ashley.
Hello?
Hey, Ashley, where you calling from?
Jacksonville, Florida.
Shout out to Jacksonville, Florida, so Chad can service you right away. What's going on, girl? What's going on with you? Let's get it
Okay.
solved.
Okay. So recently my husband lost his job in January, and I just was told that I'm about to lose my job.
I'm sorry.
So I've been really thinking about filing bankruptcy, but I'm just kind of scared to file it because I have like a government security clearance and I don't want to lose my clearance. So my question is, should I file bankruptcy if I have a government clearance?
So I deal with government clearances quite often, and obviously they don't just give the information out to people for obvious reasons. What I've been told is if you have to choose between defaulting on debt and getting judgments and lawsuits against you or filing bankruptcy is the much better way to go because you're less of a risk of being compromised. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
if your bank accounts are being garnished, your wages are being garnished, if all of that is outstanding and not dealt with like through a bankruptcy, then and especially in today's age where people are going to want access to people with clearance, they'd rather you deal with the money issue already, have that taken care of, and you have a better chance of it not impacting your clearance. I have filed hundreds, if not thousands, of people with different levels of clearance. The key is be honest about what you're dealing with. Have your 60-second elevator speech on what happened, and it should not impact your clearance. And actually, the government cannot discriminate based on bankruptcy. That is written into the law. However, if they think you're going to become compromised because of debt issues, that's when it could cause an issue. You're in Jacksonville. You're in my state. I love working up in Jacksonville. Really good people up there. I'm happy to sit with you one-on-one and go through all the details.
Okay, thank you so much.
I want to add to that.
Go ahead.
Is most of your debt accumulated with your husband?
No.
Damn it.
We have credit card debt. Like, I really just want to get rid of our credit card debt. I know we're up to like 30,000 in credit card debt.
Okay.
We have a house. I have a car. So I was really thinking about doing it. I'm just really nervous because it's bankruptcy. I know you say go ahead and do it, but it's bankruptcy and I'm really nervous about doing it.
But I'm the finagle queen now. Okay. So Chad May can't get finagle like this because he got a license, right? I ain't got no license. So I'm gonna ask you personally, okay?
Yes.
Is the credit card debt under both of y'all name?
One of them is like for like 14,000. Well, actually we had did the piggy bank method, so we have two credit cards, but we did recently take each other's names off of the big credit card. So now we're kind of like he has one. You see what I'm saying? Like he has one. Yeah, we took each other off because like he couldn't make his payments and he didn't want it to affect me.
No.
So
listen.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what my husband and I do. Chad, you mind if I just 2 seconds? We got some people and we got questions and stuff. Yeah.
Should I not listen or
close your ears? All right. Put everything on him. Okay. Because one of y'all are going to go, not both of y'all, one of y'all are going to go into bankruptcy. And it's best, I feel like, because you do have a government clearance, that he goes into the bankruptcy. If you get most of the debt up under him, you only have a little bit to pay off. So if you do, and I hope you don't lose your job, but it's a lot easier to tackle that debt or add him to that debt and then let him file bankruptcy and all of it is going to be transferred under him. It's sort of like what happened with my truck situation, Chad. So even though my husband and I were both on a truck, being that I filed bankruptcy, they put the truck in bankruptcy, which benefited both of us, even though he was a co-signer on the truck, but it doesn't show that he's in bankruptcy. So his credit is free.
Okay. Got it.
Look, Chad don't want nothing to do with it. Look, but I'm just trying to tell you, this is how you could do it. So if you put yourself, I ain't no lawyer. I'm just Tasha. This is not the thoughts and opinions of Chad. Okay?
Okay.
What I'm telling you is figure out a way to get him back on those loans, let him file the bankruptcy, and then your credit be good so that y'all can continue to reestablish and grow and build.
Okay.
We always put in our family, one person got to take the debt and we live off of the person who makes the least amount of money so that if in the event somebody does lose a job, guess what? Our bills are not based on the higher amount of debt. It's based on, the higher amount of income is based on the lower amount of income. So me and Sheck always was able to get out here and restart real fast because guess what? We were living off of the lower amount of income.
Okay. Got
Okay.
it. Yes.
All right. Those
Thank
are not
you.
the opinions of Chad. But call Chad.
Yeah, we'll get it worked out. We'll get it
Ashley.
worked out, Ashley.
And no one knows who you are, so which is good, right? It's just your
Yes.
name.
Yes.
So when you get it worked out, you hit Chad and then let Chatty Zaddy fix that shit.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Cool. No problem. All right. So we got a few people waiting backstage, right? Hold that thought. Please hit the link, guys, if you have a question for Chad. He's here. I'm here as just a backup co-host. It's really his show, but sometimes I'll be like, wait. All right. So we